time?
Well, we have a special guest calling in.
Cool.
Apparently, D-Bag's getting to know him because he won't put him on hold. Oh, good. He's typing out the name just in case.
What are you doing? What's he doing in there? What was it? Pasta? Can we get our guest on?
Yes, fresh back from the marches in Washington, D.C.
Yes, right. Throat is sore from yelling cunt. Ant is on the phone.
Anthony Cumia.
Happy days are here. The skies above are clear again. Trump president now.
I was really thinking that when I was honestly like spending the weekend going like all these people that are like was saying that Trump supporters are acting so terribly now that Trump is president and doing this and doing that. All I could think about was 8 years ago. To the other side going, what about all the people shouting, Obama president, nah?
Oh, my God. It seems like yesterday when Obama was elected and we had to hear, Obama phone. Remember that woman?
I do.
Yeah.
Obama phone. And now it's the whole new world out there. Donald J. Trump is president.
Is it still weird to wrap your head around that? Like that, the guy who from the it's still hard to imagine. He won.
Yeah.
It really is. Like I see his picture on TV and it says President Trump, and I still go, come on, no way.
I was watching CNBC had old Celebrity Apprentices on last night that Donald was still on, and I forgot because Arnold is so bad on that show that I forgot how good Donald was. Like they had a boardroom, and Omarosa was talking about Piers Morgan, and she was like, "Wow, I know some things about Piers Morgan." And Donald was like, "Well, what do you know?" And Omarosa was like, "I think Piers is in the closet." And Donald was like, "Really? Let's get Piers in here." And it was like, just this guy who's shit stirring and making amazing television now gets to run the country.
He has nuclear weapons. It's fantastic. I love it.
By the way, Ant, what was Derek saying to you when you called in? Because he didn't put you right through.
I don't think anything. Just hi. How you doing? Kind of a thing.
Even the how you doing?
Yeah. Oh, I've been just loving some of the clips from the Women's March.
You have?
And, the liberal. Oh, are they just? They don't know what to do with themselves anymore. They're losing their fucking mind. What a collection of ugly bitches.
I haven't quite heard it described that way.
They are pig women, and they're just it's like, and you see them, the ones dressed up like vaginas.
I did see that.
No, I didn't.
They're in giant, like, vagina costumes, walking around DC.
Oh, my God.
There's kids, like, walking around. How do you fucking explain to a young boy that that's going to be something you'll want someday? Like, it's beyond me. You look at that and just think you're repulsed by it.
Yeah, you just tell him someday this is going to feel like this.
Oh. So you didn't think that we were listening
they
to
look like hamburger outfits. They don't even look like vaginas. They look like they're dressed like giant fucking Big Macs.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Well, yeah, a kid looks at that and he thinks some big, fat, purple-headed woman's face is the clit.
like the grimace from McDonald's.
Yeah. Just what? And the crying and fucking. What are they protesting too? What is it? Women have
I don't know.
rights. They have rights. Everyone has rights in this country. It's so stupid.
I think they're just trying to draw attention to the fact that there are still measures that they feel need to be taken in terms of a woman's right to choose, inequality in the wages, things like that. Just not wanting to be trivialized in this new administration.
Right. Yeah, they're going to be vigilant and look and make sure. We're going to hold him accountable. Oh, get in the kitchen. Rattle some pots and pans.
You know what's amazing? Because of the guy, I feel like if these protests,
Such an ignorant person.
if these same protests had been going on while Obama was in office, those two things combined, I feel like we would have had a rageful Anthony Cumia. But now we have a downright joyful Anthony who's able to see the humor in all of it.
Yes, I absolutely can. It's so much fun to watch. Like I said, they're beside themselves. They don't know what to do. These celebrities come out and think that anyone wants to hear what they have to say. Oh my God! I'd rather watch Jimmy's viral videos.
They are good, aren't they?
Oh, the one with the eye care.
Oh,
The peepers with your dumb reading glasses on the tip of your nose. Oh, it was angering.
they're the fucking worst.
You didn't think
And
that was
the
helpful?
apple one,
Oh, Apple Care.
eating the apples. Oh, it's so angering.
Did you see the umbrella one where he kept calling it a pop open one of these jokers?
One of these jokers.
You guys just sweat.
I don't know. I will say there's something about them I can't not watch them.
Yeah, y'all
They are very viral.
y'all sweating my viral video skills.
And did you
I
see?
was Ashley Judding.
Did you see Ashley Judd's speech?
Oh my God! It was again one of those. What was she reading? Some young African American woman's take
Slam
on
poem.
Trump and some slam poetry. Oh,
Yeah.
slam her face into the podium. How about that? Some fucking slam poetry. Just awful. It reminded me of
Violent.
Hillary. I ain't no ways tired.
You didn't like Ashley Judd's speech?
Oh, God. I'm a nasty woman. Shut up. They try to own that. They try to own it like Trump supporters own deplorables.
Yeah.
Like, people love the idea of being a deplorable. It's something like that. Like, you could tell that Trump supporters loved when Hillary said a basket of deplorables. They changed their Twitter handles to it and everything, and people embraced it, and it was like a battle cry. And then they're trying to embrace the nasty woman thing, but they hate it. You can't. It's so obvious they can't stand that, and they're trying to turn it around. Like, oh, we'll own it. No, you won't.
I thought.
What's that?
No, go ahead, buddy.
They're so transparent. It's so easy to see what's going on. They can't hide their emotions. They just regurgitate it right into your fucking lap. And it's so obvious. So
Were you
I'm
moved,
having a great time with it.
Were you moved about the SNL tribute though?
Oh my God. To Stir with Love. They sang that with a fucking picture of him behind. It was a kind of similar to North Korea and how they view their leader.
The
That's
idol
right.
Put a big
worship.
picture of him up there and sing to him.
Wow,
It was
good call.
ridiculous.
That is exactly how they would do it. You're right.
Yeah, they had that. They that's what they do. They have big pictures of their leader, and they sing songs about him like he's the greatest thing ever.
To Sir with Love.
Oh my! yeah. To Stir with Love. Oh my God!
Were you surprised though at the amount of people that showed up for these protests? You had protests everywhere: Washington, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, Paris.
Everybody talking about pop music. No, I wasn't surprised. Liberals will always find a way to get out and protest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another one of these who cares things. Like, that's it. Now, today, it's Monday. All those streets that were packed with people are now, empty or just your basic day's worth of traffic. And Trump is still president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. They always. It's like, this is great. We're part of history. We're changing things. Yeah, you're changing things. The diapers on your baby. Get over to fucking CVS and get some diapers. You're changing. This phony, we're going to change the world thing. Just shut it.
But you don't.
Your life.
You don't actually think that Donald Trump had the most people for his inauguration that any inauguration has ever had?
Of course he didn't.
That's what the press secretary said.
That's so ridiculous. I just love that the press secretary unloaded like that. Just like a madman.
Yeah.
It was like Joseph Goebbels up there.
He's lying.
No. Oh, wow. A press secretary was lying?
That's the point I made. They're all full of shit. That's their job, is to be full of shit.
Yeah, their job is to be full of shit. I didn't care. The particulars about it, like the fact that, Donald Trump didn't have that many people, or the fact that they really were trying to underplay. He definitely didn't have as many people as Obama had the first time he was elected. That was like one of those historic moments.
Sure.
But they absolutely were trying to make it seem like he had less people than he did. There was some real strategic photography being taken on that one. So I did understand that part of it. Should he have called out the like, who cares kind of a thing? Well, it's more calling out the media on the fact that they're full of shit. I kind of like that whole thing. If nothing else, Trump getting elected has shown us the media is just such bullshit and full of such liars, and they're in collusion with people that are like-minded. So that's kind of cool. I don't care, but yeah, Obama had fucking a huge. That will never be beaten because you're black dude. Black dude becoming president was a pretty big thing.
It was a big deal. Now, what do you think, too?
Yeah.
Something else you and I have been dealing with in a weird way is this whole Joe Matarese saga.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that because you and I have not even. I don't even think Anthony and I have talked about that. We might have texted a little bit.
Well, educate us as to what. Educate us outsiders.
Texting, you send a message to somebody on your phone without talking.
Oh, okay. So you don't even have to phone them.
No.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Anthony and I did. It was Joe's podcast, Fixin' Joe.
Right.
And the guests were Anthony Cumia, myself, and Artie Lang. It was a live podcast at the Village Underground. And it was, how would you describe it? There was supposed to be an agenda behind it, which was to fix Joe.
Yeah, I think that was the agenda. It was like he was going to ask us some questions about himself and see how we handle certain things as opposed to how he handles them, and maybe he'll get some wisdom. Fixing Joe. And it didn't quite turn out that way.
Dude, it was from the minute you got on stage, it was fucking hilarious. Did we talk about that when we did your show? Did we talk about this after or no?
I don't think we did.
I don't think so either. It was
so fucking funny, man. I was most of the time laughing my ass off, and poor Joe just like was the brunt of, we were beating the shit out of each other and everything. Sure. But Joe was kind of the focal point going after him, and I don't think he planned it to go that way.
No, but what Joe didn't realize is that, like, the three of us were being really funny on his podcast. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't thinking, like, hey, Joe's not doing this. I'm thinking, I'm laughing. Fucking Anthony's being hilarious. I was being funny. Artie was being funny. Joe talked about calling his wife a cunt. Like, he threw that giant thing out there, and it was like he contributed this huge fucking discussion point. We're all having fun with it. And I guess after a while, he got uncomfortable, not feeling like he was a part of it. Would you say?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. It was kind of feeling a little left out,
Well, guys, I wasn't there, so if we can get back to talking about Trump for a second,
Yeah, see? It was kind of like that.
Yeah, just like that.
And
I don't know. I rewatched it.
Yeah.
And it's so goddamn funny. It was really a funny show. I don't know what the problem is.
dude, it was so great. Much fun. I loved that hour and 10 minutes, whatever it was, so much. Just shitting on each other and him.
Oh,
and it was so much fun. And anybody watching that was thinking like, oh my God, this is a really funny podcast. No one was thinking Joe should talk more. Joe's being overshadowed.
But Joe got annoyed?
Because he felt like he was just sitting there not contributing as much. But anybody watching that would have just thought like, wow, man, this Fixin' Joe turned out to be great. What a great live event this was. Like, he should have understood that while it was happening. Nobody was looking at him negatively until he started getting uncomfortable. And then he started making it obvious that he was uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
And was that obvious to the audience, or was that just kind of like you and...
When he started talking about it, it was obvious.
Oh.
Ant, did you think that they picked up on it? As soon as he started, I think that you and I could sense, and Artie could sense, that he was definitely uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think the audience would have picked up on it at all, though, if he hadn't said something.
Right.
And been that obvious about it. But, wow, a comic that's insecure. Holy shit.
But then he's trying to call us out for real. Like, us just having fun is somehow a sign of not being capable of intimacy. And look, I'm not good with intimacy at all.
He called you out on the show?
Yeah, live on the stage.
Okay.
But it was almost like he was misreading it a little. It's like, no, man, there's a live audience, and there's nothing that feels more connected than being that funny with guys, especially a guy like Ant, who I'm so comfortable with, in front of people. Like, it just felt great to do.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, there's no stopping that either. You can't put the brakes on that.
No.
Once that's happening, it's just going to keep happening until, it's over. There's no way to really calm that down. We were having fun.
But that's what you want, right? You want that kind of movement on the show. You want it to be going so well that you're like, holy shit, there's no stopping this. I just get to sit back and watch this funny happen.
Yeah, and when people feel insecure about it, they tend to put the brakes on. And it's like, you don't put the brakes when funny shit is happening because everybody notices it and it's not necessary.
Right. Absolutely, man.
And
I didn't.
What's that?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was. I didn't know what he was looking for. Like, you put the three of us on a show, we're gonna have fun together, and I don't know what else you would want from that. And like that to me would be the greatest thing. Like, okay, I put these three guys on the show, they're enjoying it, they're having fun, they're joking. That's what I wanted, but.
Yeah, because no one's going to go, wow, that podcast, Joe, your podcast. People are going to go, like, Joe put on a really funny podcast.
Yeah.
And then the next live event, let's see who he has coming up. I'd love to go to that. And then maybe Joe would talk a little bit more on the next one because that was a weird dynamic. It's three radio guys, all who know each other very well. Two of us who have done it together for 12 years on
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different case there, but people would have looked at that and said, wow, man, Fixin' Joe was really funny last week. I enjoyed that. Let me listen to the next one. Like, nobody would have felt negatively about Joe at all. People would have loved Joe for being a part of that. And he just didn't handle it well. And then he puts it behind a paywall. It was like...
Yeah, what was the paywall thing?
What are you doing, Joe?
I saw that the video was behind a paywall. And then I heard he got annoyed because people were bootlegging it.
I honestly did. I tweeted out a great version of it. I didn't, but I did that. I did that just because I found someone sent me a good version of it. I'm like, people, this is hilarious.
But didn't you think that, like, if it wasn't his version, he'd be like,
I didn't even.
I wish he hadn't done that.
I would tell you, in all honesty, I didn't know. I wouldn't tweet out somebody's private shit, but I didn't know. I just thought it was funny and like, this is hilarious. Who won't enjoy this?
Right.
I know I enjoyed it.
You did?
Yes. Hanging with my pals, being funny. So being a stand-up is, you're supposed to be on stage. Funny. No one wants to hear a fucking poignant discussion. Really? Why do you do it? Hankies. Get those hankies out. But poor Joe, I like Matarese a lot. I do. I think he didn't handle this one well.
But this is a thing on the internet now. Like, people are very well aware. How did that become a thing?
Joe is catching a fucking beating. And a part of it is deserved. Part of it is like, Joe, you were a bit of a dick. But he's a good dude, man. Joe's not a piece of shit who I want to see fucking like the poor Joe. Don't make your tweets private. You're an entertainer.
Wait.
Joe, you're a public figure. Don't make your tweets protected.
His tweets are pretty. No.
Are they open now? Are they?
No,
are they,
there's a lock.
Joe,
what good does it?
You're an entertainer.
I didn't know he did that.
He put his tweets on private.
Joe, you got to just deal with this one. It stinks. Wait.
There's nothing worse than when you're in the shit and Twitter is there and Facebook and everything else for you to read and just be shit on.
Boy, there's a funny.
It really isn't fun.
Jimmy Semino said his skin was so thin it would liquefy in the pan. Buffalo Billy Bats.
That's good.
Yeah, Joe's getting a good teasing for this one, and a deserved teasing. But I don't want to see look, Joe, you're a fucking insecure wreck. But I like Matarese. I know him a long time. He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
He just didn't handle this one well, and he deserves to catch a fucking funny beating for it. But, Joe, don't curl up into a defensive shell and then go private and allow this to wreck you. Take the fucking beating. Make it funny, handle it, and move forward. Don't, you know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah.
We
should
all
get
been
Joe
in the
on the
barrel.
show to see if we can fix Joe. Fixing Joe, that's a thing. Let's fix him.
In all honesty, he got carried away with thinking that it has to, because he was filming it and he wanted it to go well, and he saw it slipping through his fingers.
Did it end up going well?
Yeah.
No,
I mean in hindsight.
His mind, no.
Oh, it didn't?
But it would have if he had just understood that, like, when he had that moment of insecurity, because Joe kind of addressed it. Like, he did say things, but he seemed a little upset while it was happening. Instead of saying, Joe, what you need to fix is the way you're feeling right now. Why is this upsetting me? Why is the loss of control in this moment upsetting me? Like, I had three guys being funny. Why am I bothered by that?
Yeah, I think he had an idea. Well, I don't think, I know. He had an idea of what he wanted it to be. And instead of it going another way and him going, okay, well, I had an idea, but it's doing this, and this is great. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
He was trying to corral it back into what he thought he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And, that was impossible at that point.
So in hindsight,
out of the bag.
Do you think he's like, based on everything that's happened since, do you think he's happy he did the show or unhappy?
I don't think he's happy. I don't.
It's just so funny.
His skin was so thin it would liquefy in the pan. Buffalo
so
Billy Bats. It's the greatest thing I've read in 6 years.
It's just so funny. Like, a guy puts on this amazing live show. He gets like 3 amazing guests. There was so much potential for good in this show. This could put the podcast on the map. This could put me as a comedian even further on the map. Like, this is a very good thing to have going on. And for that show to go as wrong as it has.
Yeah.
And for every step along the way, for it to be handled incorrectly like this. It goes from like an amazing promotional tool to something that's forced him to privatize his tweets.
He's literally he's watergating this whole thing. Matarese, you gotta fucking relax. Because he is a funny stand-up, dude. Like, I like Joe a lot, and I really mean that.
I like him too.
Joe.
I don't want to see Joe unhappy. It's fun to tease him for being a fucking dick about it, but he's a good dude, man. And like,
totally.
I was annoyed in that moment, though. I was pissed off, like what the fuck are you doing? But I didn't want to wreck it and be a total cocksucker because I knew he was filming it. But it was almost like you don't have to feel small in this moment. You are a part of this.
Right.
We are. You, first of all, you're the host in this situation. Anthony, I'm sure you know this. I know this. It's harder to host the show and be funny than it is, like the dumb way we've said it for so many years, than to sit back and just clown around in the background while the show is being run. You and I are better at that, I think. It's harder to run the show and be hilarious while you're doing it. It's not easy to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's
fucking
tough for me.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying it's a tough, but it's a tough role to do, man. It's for me doing it myself. It's harder.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking of 2 different things at one point. So Joe should have realized that instead of getting crazy and insecure about it, like, Joe, you're not being not valued. We like that you're here. We're teasing you, but we tease each other. So what? We talked about Artie fucking stabbing himself or his fucking drug addiction or whatever.
I don't know why I take so much joy. Like I get like the giggles when something goes really, really wrong.
Yeah, I understand.
You like standing back and watching that shit, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it just step by step, everything went so poorly.
Yeah, I think he's going to be on my show this week at some point.
Oh, you got him coming on?
Good.
Yeah, so, I'm sure we'll talk about it. But, I like Joe. I like him a lot. He's a funny guy. But, a little insecure.
A little high-strung. It's like, and don't put it on behind the paywall. That's a bad strategy. He should have just given it away and then said people like, this is what my podcast is. He did everything incorrectly.
And I hope you're not having him on your show because you want him to promote it, because his tweets are private. So no one will see them.
Joe, you're an entertainer.
Why would you? It's like
you can't.
The whole reason to have a Twitter account is just to plug stuff. Like, why would you privatize it?
You don't need to. You think no one's going to follow you and then publicize them? You're begging them to give you. Take the beating, Joe. They're giving you a beating.
You think anybody's going to screen grab?
I think somebody might. Take the beating. Then it's not going to kill you.
I'm crying laughing.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we've all taken. I've been savaged. I've been savaged online.
Yeah,
it's a part of it. It stinks.
Please.
And have they ever poked fun at you?
There's been a couple of jokes that you really have to look into the double entendre to understand that they're goofing on me.
Yeah, they've changed. Oh my God. They've changed your name a bit of times. We've all gotten that.
But it feels very lousy at the time.
Anthony. Fantastic.
Anthony could be my favorite fucking name anyone's ever given anyone.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It sure is.
You caught wind of that when they were saying that?
Sure he did. He was on his knees grabbing his ankles.
I might have caught wind of it.
Where are you? You in the pool? What happened to your audio? Where'd you go?
What?
There you are. No, I couldn't for a second. You said you were drowning out.
You hear me? Yeah, I'm here. I'm relaxing, as they say. It's pre-show relaxation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. So far. What a clusterfuck that turned into. But Joe, unprivatize your fucking tweets. Take the fucking beating.
Yeah.
You don't need to curl up in a ball. You're not a bad guy. He's a good guy. He's a funny stand-up, man. I just feel.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to go over your stand-up. They're going to make fun of it. I mean, it's a part of what happens when you're in the barrel. But he's doing another live one at the, not that you'd know it because he can't tweet it.
Yeah.
He's
he's at the Village Underground, right, again?
How do you know?
Yeah, with Florentine and somebody else. It'll be fun. It'll be.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fun to go and see that. But hopefully he'll handle this one a little different.
Maybe. We'll see. Hey, you guys are on Faction now? What is that about?
Faction 1, yeah.
No, not Faction 1. Faction Talk.
Faction
What's Faction 1? Right. We're on we're two different channels still.
Yeah.
Are there two? There's another Faction?
Yeah.
Well, there's Faction Music and Faction Talk.
Yeah.
What is that? What does Faction mean?
Well, they changed the name from Opie Radio, and we were told a while ago they were going to do that, but they didn't know what name they were going to change it to, and we didn't pick the name. They're like, hey, if you guys have any suggestions, so we thought of a couple, but it was anything with comedy. It's like, well, no, because then they think stand-up bits. We were trying to think what conveys comedy talk. And Scott liked Faction because that's a serious brand. And we also think that was also to make Jason feel more welcome.
I had been told they were going with my idea, which was Raffle Radio. But they still, there's just no movement on the Raffle Radio.
I'll tell you, the problem was it sounds like people raffling things off and everyone was going to try to win prizes.
That was going to be a weekend show. Raffle on Raffle. That was something I was pitching for Adrian, actually.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so now we're Faction. I don't love that name either.
Why'd you ring the bell?
I was going to start double belling. I double bell sometimes, and as of today, it's a fucking hit. Like when something's happening, I double bell. Place goes bananas.
For no reason.
Place goes fucking bananas.
Oh.
Double bell.
Yeah, sounds very militant.
Adrian, what's the definition for faction? Again, what's the definition for the word? The definition.
It sums us up nicely.
It describes us to a T. Yeah, what the word actually means, wait till you hear this, is a small, organized, dissenting group within a larger one, especially in politics.
Oh.
So we're like, hey, you guys at Sirius might think you know what you're doing, but us over at Faction, we're doing it a different way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we might be part of the larger organization, but fuck off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're very well organized, by the way.
You bet we are.
Yeah.
And we're coming for your ideas, Buster. Yuck.
Oh, God.
Stupid.
Yuck.
Because it sounds political. That was my problem with it.
What?
Like when Jason was on Faction Talk, I mean, he was on Faction, the music channel. But now Faction Talk sounds like a fucking political channel.
But we're dissenting.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yes. Hence the dissenting. Yes.
Someone says to Joe on Twitter, "You suck, faggot. Die in a car fire." Richmond 0624. That's the wrong message to
That's
send.
That's not the type of message that we want here on Faction Talk.
Yeah, goof on him, but you have to tell him to kill himself.
Not here.
Oh, thank God he can't read it.
Yeah, exactly. He'll never.
He's in private.
Think he's blocking anybody?
Yeah. Oh my God, that must be just a block fest over there. Yeah.
Are you excited,
I
Ann?
don't know.
Do you get to be a part of the first? Like, this is like a big day of history. Number one, Trump said this was day one for him, and number two, you're a part of the first day of Faction
Talk.
I know. I'm pretty psyched about it. A lot of firsts going on here. The Trump thing is really going to be so interesting over the next 4 years at least. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's going to do, but I don't think it's as crazy as some people have made it out to be, where they honestly think it's pretty much the end of the world here.
Yeah.
Well, so far,
I think he'll get things done. I think he's a guy that knows how to get shit done. So he will. There are checks and balances in place for a president. So what the fuck? The drama queens, they're just losing their minds, and just the dishonesty out there. Like, oh, he said Mexicans are rapists. Like, oh, please. He didn't say that.
Hey, did you see his hair?
People out of the country.
Did you see his hair do it? Looks like a bird's nest and shiznit.
Trump hair jokes. Remember those? Remember that one that was the biggest thing? Like everyone that mentioned Trump, the hair joke came up. And now you don't even think about it. You just think, oh, my God, this nut is running the country.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he called us slobs that time on...
Oh, my God,
yeah.
When the president called us slobs.
Accurately so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slobs. I bet you he's going to fire Putin.
It's Putin is his name.
Shut up.
Don't
embarrass me.
His name. He's also. I think he's the first. And you probably know history better than me, but I think
he does.
He's the first president to quote a movie villain in his inauguration speech.
God, that was awesome.
I love when that was making the rounds, and it just shows him saying the same exact line.
Oh, you.
So yes.
People.
I love it. We asked for this. We as Americans fucking asked for this.
Yep.
Our fascination with reality stars and celebrity and things. We want things to go like a movie. We don't want it to be like reality. And that's what we got. That's what we got. We put a guy in office that was a reality show guy. He recites movie villain lines.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun 4 years.
You're going to like it?
It really is.
Yeah, as long as he's not an ass about it, yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way it'll be. So far, he's just blatantly lied and quoted movie villains in his first weekend. I don't care about that. I only care about what he does. I don't care about the dumb things he said. I just want to see what he does. Anthony,
let's see what he does.
If you had to predict when do those bricks start laying down on the border? When does the wall start?
Oh my God! It's going to be definitely within the first year here. Mm-hmm. Within the first year, there will be something going with this border wall. But that's he had an agenda. He said what he wanted to do, and he's going to do it. That's what this guy does. Did you see Madonna? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's got a message for people like you. Fuck you.
I like that.
You do?
Yeah. I like that part, yeah.
Oh, you like Madge?
I like that part.
She, did you see it? She's dressed like, she's a grandma. She's Grandma Madonna, and she's fucking dressed like, it's 1980s, and she's ready to pull out the cardboard and the boombox and do some breakdancing.
I will say this: her fucking stupid square hat, her SpongeBob SquarePants hat was embarrassing.
That's the pussy hat.
I don't care what it is. It's
they were all
embarrassing.
wearing pussy hats.
Bitch looks like SpongeBob SquarePants and shit.
Yeah.
You heard what I said?
And you didn't get tempted.
Peckers.
You didn't get tempted to vote for somebody else when she said anybody that votes for Hillary gets a blowjob from her?
Oh, God. Yeah. If I could hop in a DeLorean and go back in time, perhaps. But
what, 51
I don't want
years?
a blowjob from Grandma Mad. Yeah.
Come on, you wouldn't let Madonna toot on your dick? I would. Come on.
Oh, please.
Yes, you would.
Please, that. She wears gloves to cover up the Crypt Keeper hands she's got now. There's only so much she can do. And you want that cupping your ball sack?
Sure.
Fucking zombie hands.
You wouldn't mind it, Jim?
I've had worse answers. I've had men cut my ball sack.
Oh, God.
You want to hear what she's...
Yeah, you want to hear a little bit of Madge's speech?
This will get you pumped up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Yeah.
And to our detractors that insist that this march will never add up to anything,
Peckers.
fuck you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't mind that.
You know what?
I'm just glad the
you know
news
what I
got
love
out of that.
about this whole thing, too? You cannot listen to a liberal or celebrity liberal speak without hypocrisy just fucking flying all over the place. They were all so shocked and outraged at Donald Trump's, grab her by the pussy, or talking about girls and using certain language. Oh, how do I explain this to my child? And then Madonna's just throwing F-bombs out. There are kids in the crowd. Like, if you're going to be outraged and try to wonder how you're going to explain these obscene things to your children, then shut the fuck up when Madonna's saying, fuck you and everything's fine. They're such hypocrites.
Here's what Madonna should have said.
God.
Madonna should have said, and for those of you, what was the thing, the way she said it, for those of you that...
Who don't think that our cause is making a difference.
Who don't think our cause is making a difference, you're full of turkey!
Oh, that would have just gotten such applause.
Yeah. Act like a bee and buzz off!
Oh, God. And then what? She said, she dreams of blowing up the White House.
I don't
She
mind
did say
anything
that.
she said.
Let's listen to the White House quote, put it into context.
All right.
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought
constipated.
an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Whoa.
She said everyone in wrong.
Like everyone.
Yeah. I thought of blowing. Oh, great! Movie villain. She's from Independence Day. Then.
Yeah, instead of blowing up the White House, she should have said something else. I've thought of painting the White House crazy colors. Because you can't get in trouble.
Why would she say that?
You can't get in trouble for it.
Why would she do? Who cares?
Yeah. I've thought of planting ragweed in the lawn of the White House.
She's not relevant at all. She really isn't.
She's the queen.
And to come out to try to be this rebel, like, look at Madonna. She's such a rebel. It's so fucking fake.
Oh, her hair still looks good, though.
That, and then who else came up? They had...
Ashley Judd was powerful.
Ashley Judd was amazing.
Ashley Judd was so fucking embarrassing.
She was powerful.
And
yeah, I thought she was great.
And then... what's the actress with the giant tits that we love
Scarlett Johansson. She was incredible.
ScarJo.
Oh, come on. I don't care what she says. I'd suck those tits. I don't care if she has a fucking... I don't care if she has haircut like fucking... Who's the guy like half a face? What's his name? The real actor?
Aaron Eckhart?
Yeah.
Half a face?
Whatever.
Did you just call him half a face?
What was the name in Spider?
I'm not going to tell... In Spider-Man.
Oh, whatever.
You mean the big Spider-Man villain, half a face?
Oh,
Half
Joker,
a face.
Batman. Oh, his name was Half-Face.
No, it wasn't. Oh, no. No, you're right.
Two-Face. Okay, sorry.
No, it was right. It was half-face.
It was Two-Face.
Half a face. I will call myself half a face
She had haircut.
because I have half of a face.
She had haircut like Aaron Eckhart. I just couldn't think of his name quickly.
You know what I really appreciate? You see, she gets up there. ScarJo gets up there.
ScarJo.
And no matter what she's saying, any heterosexual guy is just going, look at those fucking tits.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what she's babbling about.
Just trying to see the outline.
Empowerment.
Trying to see the outline under her winter jacket.
Yes, you still know those luscious giant tits are under there just waiting to be unleashed.
I would let her take a diarrhea shit onto a Led Zeppelin mirror and hit me in the face with it.
What an ask.
Conjures up quite the image.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what does it amount to? We are going to hold you accountable. Oh, are you? Is that what happens?
Well, don't you think...
Hold the president accountable? Oh, please.
He said he wanted to give power back to the people, and I think, you think the next day the people spoke, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and now, what are they doing? what now? We watch and see what this president does. That's all. That's what happens. There's no accountability. Please.
I wish I could have introduced Scarlett Johansson. I would have said, ladies and gentlemen, she looks like a young, fuckable Helen Reddy. How about it?
Yeah, she had to, cut her hair off because she's so incredibly hot.
She's amazing.
She had to hug herself up a bit. Jeez. And those women walking around there, just what the fuck is with, these liberal protest the cause women?
Dude.
They just are big, fat slobs.
I'd fuck her, even though she looks like one of the Winklevoss twins. I'd still fuck Scarlett Johansson.
She does look like a rower, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Very beautiful.
But you didn't find yourself attracted, as you were watching the protests, you didn't find yourself attracted to the women?
Oh, my God. First of all, I think there's a rampant mental illness going on in that whole community. Every one of them they talk to, you shove a mic in front of these people, they can't even speak. They're so freaked out emotionally that they really seem like they should be under some kind of mental health care. and then they have no shame. Like they're walking around in these my 600-pound wife's bodies, and just not thinking people are just gonna say, "Wow, look at this fat pig." Oh no, you have something important to say. Okay.
I think not everybody is gonna say, "Hey, look at this big fat pig."
But that's it. They are saying that. Everyone.
I think that qualifies as a microaggression.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even macro at this point.
Hey, how about Michael Moore, though? Michael Moore was pretty inspirational.
He was good.
Oh, God. Him trying to, like, MC the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's chiming in, and he really is appearing just to be an old washwoman at this point.
His name ought to be
just
Michael Moore Pistachio Nuts or something, right, bud?
Oh.
Why?
Just like pistachio.
Fucking fat.
Yeah, but he didn't get that by eating pistachios.
He looks really bad with his new hairdo.
Yeah, the hairdo's not great.
He lost just enough weight to still be a fat fuck, but he's got that vagina on his neck thing going.
Oh, he's a disaster. His man's a disaster.
Yeah. And the long hair, he just looks like an old woman now. He looks like an old Russian woman from a war documentary.
He's an old babushka.
Adrian was down at the protest, and he was trying to collect audio, but he said what you said, that they were all too like they wouldn't say anything. There was no audio worth playing because they got nothing to say, and they're talk about faction. They're all broken up into, like, there's people that are there for gay rights and then others for women rights. Wait a minute.
And then
are you trying
Muslim,
to say they're not well organized like us here at Faction?
Oh, they are not a faction.
That's right.
That's
we're
right.
a faction.
They are not a faction.
Let's talk about some factions.
Yeah, we're double belling
Oh.
all day.
Oh, with the bell.
Oh, God.
This is hell.
Yeah.
No, they got nothing.
That's right, Hell's Bells. That's right. Double belling here at Faction
Whose
Talk.
idea was it to have two bells for Faction Talk?
That's the way it's got to be now, the new hip channel.
Oh, Jesus.
It is. This is that new hot shit. This is the new hip channel. All the cool people are going to be listening to and talking about Faction Talk.
That's right.
Congrats.
I mean, yeah.
Awesome.
Goes without saying.
That's fantastic.
Who do you have on today? And don't lie or I'll know.
I believe who do I have? I have no idea. It might be solo. Sometimes I do Monday alone, to go over the whole weekend thing.
Sure.
I've been telling stories from the weekend, and I like discussing everything going on. I got a lot of clips. I got that woman on the plane that was thrown off of the plane, her and her poor cucked husband.
Her husband.
There's one thing. You can watch that video and watch the woman and just hate her for mouthing off to a guy that just wants to get from point A to point B without this cunt yelling at him. And then you watch it again and just look at the husband's defeated fucking face.
He's got tears in his eyes.
That motherfucker probably wanted to fly, just hoping the plane crashed. Every time he gets on a plane with his wife, he's just praying for a crash.
He really, like when he's talking to the flight attendant and going, do you think if we move and we promise to settle down, it'll be okay? No, sir.
Good.
No.
So happy
that
they threw
time
this bag off a plane.
There's no. Once they tell you to get off a plane, there's no more negotiating.
Right. No.
That plane is not a democracy. It doesn't matter how many times your fucking unbelievably haggard wife tells that your mom is dead. Like, oh, his mother died. Shut up.
Let's watch.
It seems to be the living embodiment of his mommy is sitting right next to him in his seat.
Let's see. There's a 46-second clip. Let's watch this.
This video is not the best video.
Oh, what's the other one?
Go to the one on the.
Show me the other one.
The first one on the Post website, I think. Or that one right there. Yep, that one.
Hurry up now.
He insulted me just for sitting down in the seat saying that I came here to celebrate today.
Is there going to be a problem? There will be. I would like for him to change seats with someone. No, I'm going to get somebody. Well, you don't have that right. So I will get somebody to talk.
What a fucking...
You pretend you have the moral high ground, but you put that man's finger on the meat of your butt. That man doesn't believe in climate change. Do you believe in gravity? Did you know gravity is just a theory?
Gravity or balls.
Oh, he said we're taking you off. Good, right
And the guy
off.
says we're going to take you off the plane, and this is when she starts going in on the fact that her husband's mother died.
I paid for this seat and I'm sitting there. He is in my space.
Oh, she's causing hostilities.
What the poor husband? I mean, just literally, his mother died, and he's got this cunt of a wife who looks exactly like him. How awful is that?
And look at him, like he's just holding his chest.
Oh, she's awful. It's like being married to Andy Dick. She's fucking
But he
is just. Oh, that poor fuck. He's just sitting there. Yeah, his mom dies. I guess they were at the funeral or something. And then she sits next to a Trump supporter that wasn't saying anything about supporting Trump. She asked him, apparently, what he was in Washington for, or Baltimore. Were you there for Trump or to protest? And he said, I'm here to support democracy. And she goes off on him about Trump and how he should be ashamed of himself. And you voted for that man. I don't want to sit next to you. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. She said she was going to throw up in his lap or something.
She did. She said, I'm going to get drunk on the flight and I'm going to throw up in your lap. And you could tell.
How many girls I've had do that? That's not actually an insult.
You could tell looking around the plane, everybody around them is videoing. Like there are now 3 or 4 different versions of this video. And there is one person, not one person speaking up and being, oh, miss, she wasn't doing anything wrong. Oh, no. She doesn't deserve nobody. Is supporting this crazy
I love when
woman.
She tried to get fucking white lady firm. I paid for this seat and I'm sitting in it.
You're like, no, you're not.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'll drag you off by the ankles if I have to.
Yeah, you're not getting there. You're not getting in that. Getting off on that plane.
That spot to where you thought you were going. You're not going there today.
People really. I love when people try to exert their constitutional rights on an airplane. They don't exist.
We
you
all
are
have a
there
right to fly.
at the captain's fucking pleasure. And if they don't want you on that plane, you are getting off that fucking plane. They set this in their head that they're in a democracy and I have rights and I bought this seat. Get the fuck off of this magical flying machine, you asshole.
Then finally, this entitled old bitch goes, fine, I'll be quiet. And the flight attendant goes, I'm not going to allow that because the captain wanted her off the fucking plane.
And that's what he said to her. The captain has already made his decision.
You're off.
Because they're so entitled.
Yeah.
It's this entitlement. Like, all right, look, I'm going to capitulate here. I'm going to make a concession, and I'll be quiet the rest of the flight. Like, they're doing you a favor. Fuck you, you're done.
You can't disrupt the flight. Like, the airline industry is pretty unreasonable, but you can't just attack another passenger or assault who just because they have different politics than you. What a fucking... liberals have been complaining about Trump supporters being obnoxious, and we see people yelling at Ivanka Trump on a plane. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're yelling at people who are not the president.
There's violence.
Yeah, there's violence on both sides easily. There's no way one is not
Doc.
worse than the other. Thanks, Jim, for saying
you
word
are
one.
out of your mind. You are out of your fucking mind. I hate when people say that because all I see is liberal violence against Trump supporters, and I don't see this other side violence. Where is it happening?
You didn't see the guy. You didn't see the guy get punched in the face. The black guy getting taken out of the Trump rally, and the guy punched him in the face.
Oh, good. We got to go back to the fucking first months of the campaign.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
To go back. There was a woman, a Trump supporter, whose hair was set on fire at the rally. Then there's the guy that, of course, they see him as a suspected Nazi because everyone's a Nazi.
Yeah, they punched that poor neo-Nazi in the face. Like,
By the way, hold on, that guy that they punched in the face, did they dox him on one of them, or was that fake? Where there was like fucking pictures of this guy like eating shit?
That I don't know.
I thought that.
Is that true or no?
Apparently, the guy that punched him in the face, they doxed him, and it was a guy that eats fucking cum and gets shit on. And
yes, all right. He's a good guy. Am I getting the wrong message? I thought they were praising him. This guy's a good egg.
But I don't, for all I hear, like, well, both sides, I just don't see this amount of violence. Shia LaBeouf, did you see Shia LaBeouf?
Excuse me.
Yelling in that guy's fucking head?
He's an artist. He's an artist, and he's doing performance art.
What did he do?
For the next 4 years.
Asshole. He's yelling in this guy's ear, which could absolutely do physical damage to the guy's ear. That was an assault, and Shia LaBeouf should be arrested.
For the next 4 years, Shia LaBeouf is live streaming anti-Trump from Queens, and Jaden Smith was there, and Shia LaBeouf was there, and as they were live streaming, a Trump supporter came and interrupted their stream and started, not like, just got in front of the camera, and then Shia LaBeouf started yelling in his ear.
Wait.
He will not divide us, I think.
Yeah, he will not divide us. And then he was shouting in this gentleman's ear.
Screaming it, and this guy's trying to get right in his ear. He was purposefully trying to yell it as loud as he could into the man's ear to do some type of hearing damage.
Let me see. Where is it? I'm not seeing that.
This is just clips of the art exhibit that is, I believe, going on now and for the next 4 years.
An art exhibit?
He's an artiste.
I'd rather see a monkey toss shit against the wall, put a frame around it, and call that art. Because
that's not a very good picture.
Of art stinks.
It's so bad.
Put a frame around it.
The shit?
Yeah, I don't know why you have to yell in the guy's ear. Everybody just wants to be heard. That's what it is.
It is Shia's art exhibit.
Must ensure the existence of the white people on He will not divide us! He will not divide
How embarrassing.
He will not divide us! You're not divide us! He will not divide us!
Shia LaBeouf is a bit embarrassing.
He will not divide us!
Like, for instance, if that guy wasn't like a little small guy wearing a Confederate soldier hat, if that guy was 6'3", I don't think Shia would have been in his ear like that.
No, he would have had to get up on his tippy toes to do it, right?
Yeah, if that guy had "I'll knock your teeth out" energy, I don't think that Shia would have been. Can you imagine?
You think he would have been? You think he would have been shy or something?
Fuck yeah, you joke, but that's poignant.
What? That's what?
Poignant.
Fucking Shia LaBeouf. He ain't so shy no more, right or wrong, Aunt?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, double bells.
You think he's not buff enough to take that guy on?
I don't care about how big he is.
LaBeouf?
LaBeouf.
Damn. Your jokes are shitty. Yeah, that was fucking funny, man.
He's like, he gets right in his fucking face and he's yelling into his ear and just what a douchebag. What a douchebag.
It's embarrassing when people think they're having these amazing, emotionally sound moments. Like if you don't, like you only yell at a guy when he's in a helpless situation.
Yeah.
Like what a pussy move that is. Like, cause he knows the guy is outnumbered. So like if that was one-on-one, he probably wouldn't have yelled anything. But then like he knows that the guy is in a helpless situation, surrounded. So then he just gets in his face and yells something like a little baby boy. How annoying.
Yeah, that's what it is. That comes from somebody who's just been, coddled and told their whole life that they're amazing and everything they do is amazing.
I mean,
Shia LaBeouf was on Even Stevens. That was amazing.
He's a good actor, but he's just trying to.
Was it?
Stop
amazing.
it.
Oh, he's trying way too hard to be wild, outrageous.
Wow.
Yelling in the guy's face, but knowing that it's a safe environment to yell in the guy's face. He never would have done that otherwise.
Safe environment, tough guy.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh.
No, I think only when he knows that the environment's safe. Then he yells because he's crazy.
He freestyled on Sway.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Got a lot of hits.
Guy's good. Guy's good,
man. He's a rapper, too. He could do it all. He's an artiste.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite the artiste. That is just the mindset of the whole liberal left celebrity thing that I fucking can't stand.
Well, you don't like that?
Yeah, you don't like that stuff?
Yeah, you've kind of kept it under your head.
And cowards. They're phonies and cowards. That's it.
Really?
And I call out the comedy community, too, that are scared shit to be that edgy, anti-establishment thing that it was for so many years. Now it's...
You talking about Jim specifically?
I'm afraid to talk about this subject or that. I don't want to get fucking blackballed by this. So, they just toe the the line of political correctness. Hopefully that shit's over. Trump rather than nah.
Yeah, man. Comics have to realize, like, yeah, you can be serious too, but you got to try to be funny, at least. Jesus Christ.
Oh man,
that's kind of our job.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, maybe I shouldn't blame the comics because they're being taken in the same context as lawyers and doctors and politicians and anybody else that isn't supposed to be joking when they're out there. They're taken in the same context. They get in the same trouble for saying something outrageous on a stage doing stand-up that a politician would get in for saying, something outrageous at a podium, and maybe they're taking that to heart and saying, "Oh, okay." When you should take it in context and go, "Oh, it's a comic. Maybe it's a joke."
Yeah, maybe it's just good-natured jocularity.
A good-natured ribbing.
Yeah,
I gotta piss.
All right, Ant.
You gotta make wee-wees.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, gents. Thank you for having me on your first day.
Faction talk.
Yeah, it's the first day of a new era.
I was never good at factions in school either.
I wasn't either. It's funny you should say that. I was never good at dividing.
That's fraction. That's different.
He will not divide us. He will not divide us.
Fuck yeah, I could subtract. Hey, let me take these fingers away, and now this one's left. Fuck you.
It's the middle finger. It's the middle finger.
That's just like Madonna yelling "fuck you" like that.
Fuck yeah, she don't sound like a lady.
Of course, you can see the Anthony Cumia show every afternoon if you go to anthonycumia.com and subscribe. And you got a whole network over there with Gavin McGinnis and Eastside Dave and the whole deal.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed, my friend. CompoundMedia.com.
Compound Media.
A bunch of shows.
Yes.
And, my show's on at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. So we'll be talking about a lot of what transpired over the weekend. And, thank you, sirs. I always have fun talking with you guys.
All right, we'll see you soon,
man.
doll.
All right, have a good piss.
All right, bye, Anthony.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
And, you go take your piss.
Yeah.
I want to find out about these double bells. I want to find out. We get to talk about El Chapo. Came over to the States on Thursday night.
Oh, I thought it was El Chippo.
We'll be right back.
I'm dealing laughs.